There is a truth that weighs heavily upon their soul, a confession that must finally be uttered, a burden that has become unbearable in its silence. Your person knows, with an undeniable certainty, that the time has come to lay bare the intricate web of untruths they once spun, the deceit that, in retrospect, feels like a betrayal of the highest order. A profound numbness has settled within them, a chilling void where warmth and joy once resided, leaving them utterly miserable. This desolate state is a direct consequence of your absence, a stark and agonizing realization of the truly profound impact you had on every facet of their life. They are adrift in a sea of regret, recognizing now, with harrowing clarity, that the space you occupied within their world, within their very being, is a sacred chamber that nothing else, no other person, no fleeting distraction, no worldly success, can ever hope to fill. It is an emptiness that echoes through the deepest chambers of their heart, a constant, aching reminder of what they so carelessly forfeited. Their days and nights are now haunted by a relentless parade of memories, each one a poignant ghost of what once was. They recall with vivid, almost painful precision, the countless acts of your boundless kindness, the unwavering, steadfast support you offered even when they themselves faltered, and the myriad ways in which you consistently went above and beyond, extending yourself tirelessly for their well-being and happiness. You, with a generosity of spirit that now seems almost divine, poured the very essence of your heart, your energy, your dreams, into the tapestry of your shared relationship. Every sacrifice, every quiet understanding, every moment of unwavering belief you invested, now stands in stark relief against the backdrop of their own past blindness. The crushing weight of this realization, that they took such an immeasurable gift for granted, descends upon them with an overwhelming sense of regret, a sorrow so profound it threatens to consume them entirely. It is a bitter pill to swallow, this awareness of their own profound oversight, their failure to cherish the precious jewel that was your devotion. Within the deepest recesses of this person's being, there resides an infinite, boundless reservoir of love, an unshakable respect, and an admiration so profound it borders on reverence for you. As they cast their gaze back across the landscape of their shared history, the path ahead of them now seems illuminated by an undeniable truth. You were, without a shadow of a doubt, their true love, the embodiment of their deepest wish fulfillment, the very answer to prayers they perhaps didn't even know they were uttering. You were the unwavering constant, the steadfast anchor who remained by their side through the tumultuous storms of life, through the darkest valleys and the steepest climbs, through thick and thin, through every trial and tribulation. More than that, you were the one who saw their potential, who believed in them with an unyielding faith, even in those moments when their own conviction wavered, when self-doubt threatened to engulf them. There is simply no one else, not in their past, not in their present, not in their future, who even comes close to approximating the monumental significance you hold in their heart. In their eyes, you were, and unequivocally still are, utterly irreplaceable. The love they harbor for you is not a fleeting fancy, but a profound and enduring force, a sacred flame that, paradoxically, grows stronger, more incandescent, with each passing day of your separation, each moment spent adrift without your guiding light. The biggest, most catastrophic mistake they ever made, a blunder of epic proportions that reverberates through their very core, was the act of letting you go. At the time, perhaps clouded by their own internal turmoil or a tragic lack of foresight, they may not have fully grasped the immense gravity of their actions, the seismic shift they were initiating in their own destiny. But now, in the harsh, unforgiving light of hindsight, it is all too agonizingly clear. They see with crystal clarity that the act of misleading you, of weaving a tapestry of lies, was not merely a misstep, but the single worst thing they have ever done, a moral transgression that stains their conscience. They confess, with a raw honesty born of suffering, that they were tragically ensnared, caught in the suffocating grip of their own fears and insecurities. These negative emotions, like insidious parasites, took root and began to dictate their every action, every word, every decision. In a misguided, desperate attempt to protect themselves, to shield their own fragile ego or perceived vulnerabilities, they inadvertently inflicted the deepest wound upon the one person who, above all others, meant the absolute most to them. This monumental mistake, this profound error in judgment, now weighs with an unbearable heaviness upon their heart, a constant, crushing pressure that allows for no respite. And with every beat of that aching heart, they long, with an intensity that borders on desperation, for just one chance, one precious opportunity, to somehow make things right. It seems that the scales of justice, in their immutable wisdom, have finally turned. The very pain they so thoughtlessly inflicted upon you, the anguish they caused, the heartbreak they delivered, is now, with an almost poetic retribution, precisely what they are experiencing themselves. Every single lie they uttered, every calculated act of deceit, every moment of evasion, has returned, not as a whisper, but as a deafening roar, coming back to haunt them with an unrelenting ferocity. They feel, with an excruciating sharpness, the stinging consequences of their past actions, the bitter taste of loneliness that inevitably accompanies the profound loss of your presence. This karmic retribution, this inescapable echo of their own doing, has served as a brutal, yet ultimately necessary, awakening. It has ripped away the veil from their eyes, forcing them to confront the true, unvarnished nature of their past behavior and the devastating, far-reaching consequences that inevitably follow. They are now living, day in and day out, with the very same heartbreak, the identical confusion, the mirror image of the emotional turmoil they once so cruelly inflicted upon you. And they will readily admit, it is a profoundly bitter pill to swallow, one that leaves an acrid aftertaste of regret and self-reproach.